So relaxing back on your mats or seated, whatever feels right, and relaxing from your day. So today is the 12th of December, the 12-12 portal, and I don't know much about it, but I do know from little things that I read that today is quite an energetic day for allowing universal energies to come closer to us, to be more direct and more powerful on our own energies. So maybe as you go to sleep this evening, and as I follow Diana Cooper, today resonates with Archangel Metatron. And if you Google or look up the Metatron cube, it's said that this evening this is going to be kind of placed above our heads as we go to sleep. And if we can be open enough to invite in these wonderful, uplifting and powerful universal energies, it will help us to align us more to our purpose, the divine blueprint that we decided before we came into this incarnation. So if you wanted a little bit more information about that, I can send that to you. Not that I know too much, it's just little snippets that I gather here and there, but a very sort of unique day of the year, another portal opens for us. So just noticing your breath and enjoying following the flow of a lovely deep inhale and a full exhale. And as we exhale, we can just release all of our muscles. Loosen the tightness in our face and around our hair and scalp. And just relaxing all of our joints. And just being aware of how we feel throughout the body. And then when you're ready, if you're lying down, just hug your knees in. Have a moment to enjoy a rock, side to side or little circles. And just massaging your back. Noticing your back, perhaps you haven't even felt or connected with the consciousness of feeling your back today. So rolling up to seated when you're ready. And we'll do a meditation that I did earlier in the week, actually. It's a lovely one. It's a mantra and a mudra. So with the fingers, we bring each finger to our thumb as we say this lovely little mantra, which is, peace begins with me. And every time we say a word, it's each finger to the thumb. So peace begins with me. And we can rest our hands, backs of the hands on the thighs. Sometimes I invite you part way through to release the hands and you can rest them here. But what I found the other day was as soon as I stopped the mudra, my mind started wandering into all sorts of other things, even though I was still repeating the mantra. The mantra and the mudra together really keep you a lot more focused. So I'll invite you to drop it if you want to. But if you feel, oh no, my mind is really wandering a lot more, come back to the fingers and the hand movements. So let's just get comfortable. I'll pop the timer on for about 5 minutes for this because it's a really lovely one to really sink into. So I'll just talk through a few of them. Just drop your eyelids closed. And peace begins with me. 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 And so just take this internally and really try to enjoy the feeling that this mantra gives you, that really peaceful feeling. Just let your breath be natural. Stay with the mantra mudra. Keep coming back to the mantra and mudra if your mind wanders. So I'll invite you to release the hands if you want to. Maybe just rest them in the lap and stay with the mantra in your mind. But if you find you really drift off, come back to the mudra. And when you're ready, we'll just take one more breath, maybe one more mantra, and gently coming back. How did it feel? I must admit, I was more conscious when I released the mudra to stay with the mantra in my mind this time, because I knew that my mind is likely to wander off today. But that's practice for you, the practice of meditation. So we're going to start with seal. So coming into a nice stretch through the belly. So if we come onto our bellies, so pretty much like Sphinx in Hatha. If you need a little cushion under your chest, and sometimes it's nice as an evening practice, maybe just to have a little bit of support under the lower part of your ribs, just so that you don't feel like you have to engage the abdominal muscles for this posture. And if you have a block, then you can use this just to rest the forehead down. If you prefer to have the head up and gazing ahead, then that's fine as well, whatever you are most comfortable with. And then we'll just gently soften into this flex through the back of our body and a nice extension through the front. and relaxing. Starting to just soften through your legs. You might find that your heels roll inwards, and this is fine. Just let the legs relax. And then buttocks and lower back. And as you gradually feel safe enough to soften through the lumbar spine, perhaps we can look into how we're feeling in the shoulders and upper back. Becoming passive. And even if you feel relaxed, keep looking through your body. Just rotate your awareness all the way around again, because sometimes you'll find maybe your waist is tight, or again the buttocks have tightened up. Notice the neck and your face and head. And if we can bring the breath to the belly, we can enjoy how that feels in the lower part of the back. How do you feel? And what do you feel? Where do you feel it? Really enjoy tuning in. And keep letting go wherever you can. Notice if after being in this pose a fair few minutes, whether actually it's becoming quite comfortable, whether you're surrendering into this shape. So when you're ready, let's just take one more breath. And we can lift our head really slowly, because if your head has been down, just be aware of if there's any dizziness. And really slowly, almost like slow motion, just ease yourself out. We're going to come onto the mat into Shavasana. It's just lovely to come into a reset where we observe in all parts of the body in the spine. And as we move our legs and our arms and we roll down, just being aware of where we're starting to feel a nice bit of relief. Have a nice long sigh. Really enjoy what you're feeling and the after effects. And again, try to relax. Even though in Shavasana you think you're automatically relaxing, it might take a little longer and a few more breaths just to really let go the muscles through the back. Notice if you just alter the chin and perhaps the neck relaxes a bit more. And just checking in if there's any tightness in the abdominal muscles. And maybe now everything's just sort of starting to fade away a little. And we'll draw our knees in. So bring the right one in and then the left one. Have a nice little rock again. Just enjoy massaging the back. If that feels a little tender, take the knees further away just to roll on the tailbone. Bring them further in if it's more mid-back that you need. Okay. We're going to come into cat's tail. If you've got a little sofa cushion, I do like to use this to rest my head. So, turn to lie on your right-hand side. And if you lie in one long line, with leg on top of the other, and then you can start by resting your head on the upper arm. And then what we do is we bring our left knee over so that it's in line with the hip, a bit like recovery position. And then if you can grab your right foot with your left hand, what we call clasping or grabbing the cat's tail, this pose. And then from here, and it's entirely up to you, and everybody can go at their own sort of distance with this, we roll that left shoulder back into a lovely twist. This is where I like the cushion, just to really relax my head and my neck. Otherwise, there's always a lot of tension held here. If you haven't got a cushion, you can cradle your head with your hand. But honestly, the more you can use props and relax, the better we can become more passive in this pose. So just allowing the shoulder to roll back to however far you're comfortable. So, first things, just check in with your buttocks and the sides of your waist. Just relaxing here and lower back. And as you clasp your foot, have a loose clasp, nothing too tight. And as you check in with your shoulders and arms, and definitely coming to the head and neck, just adjusting so you can really let go. Lovely for your digestive system and your gallbladder meridian. And just really a lovely healthy twist for your spine, nervous system as well. Just keep checking in with the muscles in the side of your waist and notice if you're clenching your buttocks at all. Breathing to your belly, noticing how the breath kind of flows and twists through your body. If you're able to have grabbed your foot, enjoying that lovely stretch that you get over the quad and your knee. And maybe, if it gets easier, this pose, you can sort of think about rolling further into this twist if the body allows. But relax again, relax all the parts. Just enjoy for a few more moments following your breath, and which side of your body moves more, perhaps how it feels with the ribs expanding, the front, the side and the back of your ribs. And then when you're ready, let's just release the foot, roll back onto your side, and then gently roll onto your back, just so that we can feel our body come back into alignment for a moment. Keep hold of your pillow. We're going to come into the other side. But just gently find neutral spine. And maybe just close your eyes for a few moments and really feel whatever you feel from left to right and in different places throughout your body. Whether you feel a nice chill or coldness of the chi moving, or a tingling feeling. What feels good? What feels sort of nourished, or it just, you can notice what's being needed through the body. Nice stretch. These are those moments where we really have that quiet time to really truly connect with our bodies and ourselves. So again, as this sort of fades and we feel like we need to even the other side, let's draw our knees in and then enjoy another rock. And then when you're ready, I'm going to swing up and just swivel over to the other side, so I'm still facing you. So what we'll do is we'll come onto the left, and starting in that sort of same position when we're sort of in one long line. And then we'll bring the right knee up and over. Again, sort of that looking like the beginnings of that recovery position. And then if you can grab your foot, great. Not everybody can grab their foot, and that's fine. You can use a strap if you want to, but if you can't grab it, it's just as easy to leave your foot on the mat and then gently just rolling back. Again, grab that pillow. It's just so much better to let your head relax. And I really enjoy this twist. I find this one of the twists that you can really kind of push into more if you want to, or just take it ever so softly and more nurturing if you need that. Sometimes it feels like you're not really doing too much, but when you come out of the twist, you can really feel it. So again, a nice loose grip with your hand and foot, softening through your buttocks, lower back, and just check in at the side of your waist. Let your leg that you're holding become heavy. And then really notice if you're feeling any tension in the side of your neck. Trying to relax your head. And just deep breaths. Breath into belly and then up to chest. And as you soften, maybe moving a little bit more into the pose, if that feels right. Keep relaxing. There's usually always somewhere that tenses up. So in this pose, notice what's going through your mind. Whether you're in the moment, really observing the physical and the breath, or whether your mind is drifting into the past or the future. Keep relaxing. If you found that the neck has become tense, let the head be heavy. And then we'll just take one more breath here. And gently release the foot. Just bring that right shoulder upwards. And then in your own time, relaxing back to your mat. Being very gentle as we come out of this twist with your spine. If you just need to sort of roll the head from side to side for a few moments or rock the pelvis a few times, just find that lovely sort of central point. And noticing how long it takes to really let your spine relax. See if you can loosen the muscles in your face and the muscles that circle your eyes and your jaw. Relax the lips. And really just checking in with how you're feeling, whether the body now feels balanced, where you can feel prana or chi moving gently, perhaps ever so subtly. It's a feeling that you notice. And then gently we'll hug in, give yourself a lovely little hug. And if you need to bring your head up and enjoy a bit more of a stretch into the upper part of your body, just choosing what feels good. So the next pose we're going to come into is caterpillar. So just come into a nice seated position, legs extended. So this is like a seated forward bend, basically. The difference with Hatha is we're very engaged with Hatha. We're sort of flexed and a little bit more rigid. With the yin, it's just so lovely and passive. So just gently fold forward. If you want something under your knees, maybe a little rolled up blanket is quite nice. Otherwise, just letting the legs relax. My legs will roll out to the side as I relax. This is fine. And then just gently coming forwards. And following the breath, you can close your eyes, start to relax the head and neck, and just let everything begin to soften. Enjoying the stretch, but in a very soft way. This is a really nice pose for your urinary bladder meridian that runs from the corners of the eye, the tear ducts, comes over the head, down the back of the neck, and it aligns along your spine and then all the way down the legs to the little toes. So even though we're folding forward, just try and bring the breath to the belly. Notice if the pose is becoming softer, whether you can lean a little bit more, only if it feels right. If you need to have the head a little bit more upright, then you can. You don't have to drop the head if that's uncomfortable. How does this pose make you feel this evening? It's always nice to just check in with your emotions, whether you like the pose or whether it's frustrating you or irritating you. Notice what's coming out. So let's take one more breath. Lifting up slowly. Just enjoying every part of the spine that sort of is released as we just come up and then lying back. A nice counter pose to the first pose that we did, seals, where we extended through the front of the body. And just a counter pose where we folding forward. Notice your spine. If you need to sort of rock the pelvis or wag your tail, you're just sort of lengthening each leg alternately, whatever feels nice, just to get some relief if you need to. And then coming to a stillness and relaxing here. Where can you feel the energy? It's probably all around the lumbar part of the body. Notice what emotion comes up when we are drawing our awareness here to, which is our sacral. And this is linked with relationships and emotions and how much we go with the flow in our life, whether there is a lot of resistance and challenges within life at the moment. How much of that the challenges are self-imposed or external to us. So it's always interesting to know what comes up, where we're feeling it, what we're feeling emotionally as well. So let's just draw the knees in. A nice way of, again, just relaxing this part of the body. Massage the back. And then we're going to come up. So the next pose is heart bench. You're going to need 2 blocks for this. So if you have got 2 blocks, I'll show you. If you haven't got 2 yoga blocks, I'm going to give you an alternative. And actually, if you wish to do this one and you feel like the body needs this, then you can do this. This is called bench, where we sit and we just have the cushion a couple of inches away from the body, because what we're targeting is the upper back and not really the lower part of the body. And we simply lie back. So if you haven't got blocks, do this one and rest the head. If you need something underneath the neck, maybe a rolled towel is good, or just adjust the cushion so that perhaps you can just feel supported here. So this is bench. However, if you do have 2 yoga blocks, even if you have one, it's having one behind the back and then the other one, or just something to rest the head on. This is literally a headrest. But with heart bench, we bring the block along the spine around where the heart is. And it takes a few goes to lie on it and get it in the exact right spot. So this is where we lie down, and you will feel it. It feels a little bit chunky and awkward to start with, but it really does soften. It's a lovely posture. And then just that block behind the head. The one behind the head could be anything. You could have something else to rest on, but mainly it's this one block behind the back, sort of around the heart area. So as we let our arms just sort of float to the side, we're getting a beautiful opening in the thoracic part of our chest. And if you need to move the block a few times just to get the corners that you feel a bit more comfortable, then please do. Let the chin tuck in a little bit. Get that nice length in the neck. And this used to be quite an awkward pose, but I would say it's one of my favourites now. In a society where we're all hunched over a computer or a desk or something, and the body rounds forward all the time, this just takes this the other way and lets everything kind of fall away from the chest. Beautiful heart opener. If you're feeling challenged with emotions, then this is a really nice balancer. And also helps with balancing Vishuddhi, our throat chakra, as well. Gently breathing into your belly and let the breath move up into the chest. Perhaps enjoying that pressure you feel of the back against the block. A bit like a firm massage in between the shoulder blades. Notice how you feel, whether your heart feels lighter, whether you feel more open, a bit more surrendering to certain emotions. So lovely for your heart and your lungs, which are the yin meridians that run through the inner part of your arm. But with the arms extended, it links with the large and the small intestine, which are the yang channels. Notice how your breathing is, whether you feel more open and there's a larger lung capacity for the breath. enjoying the stretch of the muscles around the ribs. Relaxing your shoulders and neck. So notice after the length of time we've taken in this pose, whether it actually feels quite nice now, even if it felt strange to start with. And we'll take one more breath. Nice deep conscious breath. And very gently lift the head first, and then using your arms to support you, just lifting away from the blocks. If you can just pop them aside and come straight back down. And just really feel, well, we've still got that feeling in our body, the after effect of heart bench. To me, that feels lovely. It really does hit the spot whenever you've got a lot of tension in the back of your body. It's a really powerful pose, that one. And if I've got backache, especially in the upper back, it's probably my first go-to pose after a day, where you just go and lie on those 2 blocks. So deep belly breathing, notice how it feels in the whole body here, the whole torso. And hopefully some lovely relief in your lower back. So let's draw our knees in. We're going to come into a nice relaxing one. Waterfall next. Always lovely to end with some kind of an inversion. So with this one, grab your pillow again and we'll just pop it under the buttocks. Just roll up a little bit, create a little wedge and just raise the legs. They haven't got to be straight, just lifting them up and letting everything drain back towards the heart. Lovely for your lymphatic system and your cardiovascular system. And if you close your eyes here, you can tune into your third eye, just gazing into the void. Lovely for your throat chakra as well here. Whenever we throw ourselves upside down, even though it's perhaps not a headstand, it does encourage us to see life from a different perspective. See someone else's point of view, perhaps. So as we lie here these few minutes, maybe we can tune into the fact that, as I mentioned earlier, the 1212 portal, which is connected with our divine purpose here, connecting to why we decided to come. And if not that, then just more clarity in life. Just notice how you feel in this pose, whether it feels good, whether it's quite nice and relieving for your feet and ankles and legs. We can follow the breath easily here. So just gently when you're ready, we're going to lower the feet. Just pull the cushion out gently, come into neutral spine just for a few moments. It's always good to just feel the after effects of a pose, just for a few breaths. How do you feel? What do you feel? Where do you feel it? And then just as everything fades away, let's come into relaxation now. Choose if you want to remain lying down. Pull a blanket over. If you want to come to seated, then that's fine as well. Just whatever your body needs. Pop over a lovely blanket over your shoulders or your body if you're lying down, maybe something under your knees. And I'm going to pull a little angel card today because of what today means. Maybe we will get some sort of lovely little message or guidance. And we all love a little bit of guidance if we're in a quandary. We'll just need a little bit of direction on something. I often like it when a card just drops out. That's the best way. But otherwise, I just close my eyes and take one. So this one is Athena. Let me read what it says here. It is safe for you to be powerful. You know how to be powerful in a loving way that benefits others as well as yourself. You have been afraid of your own power. You have worried that others would disapprove of you or leave you if you allowed your true power to shine. You have also been concerned that you might abuse your power and that your masculine energy would become unbalanced. I'm here to help you reveal your power to yourself and to others in a way that enhances your relationships, self-esteem, and life purpose. Your power comes from love, from God, or divine source, whatever you wish. You who are made in the image of the likeness of your Creator have unlimited power within you right now. You aren't capable of abusing your power because your heart chakra has opened like a flower in bloom. Think of a person whom you admire, who is both powerful and balanced in their masculine and feminine energies. Such power is beautiful. It also amplifies your spiritual healing and psychic gifts. You are a strong and powerful light worker. And God or Source needs you to accept and reveal your power. That's a really nice one to consider because I think sometimes we come here maybe with a purpose or a divine plan, and others may tarnish our desires, tarnish our will to want to do things and achieve things. So that little message is that to be supported with what you truly want to do or be. So just have a few minutes now, just relaxing. Be open and then allow inspiration to come through. So very gently, no need to move, but just draw your consciousness back to your body wherever your mind drifted. And just notice how you feel with maybe one deep breath and a long sigh, relaxing and just noticing perhaps how you feel now compared with earlier and maybe even earlier in the day. It's nice to notice really what your yoga practice does for you. Some days it may be more physical. Other days it might just be even more mental or emotional relief or balancing. Even spiritual, if we become out of balance there. So if you're sitting or lying, maybe just sort of roll the head from side to side and begin to wiggle fingers and toes. You can move the jaw side to side and see how that feels. Often so we're quite tight in the jaw. Take a few more deep breaths, and then if you want to stretch or hug the knees in, just allow your body to move as it wants to. And look forward to a lovely night's sleep with perhaps some wonderful divine guidance and clarity to wake up to. So when you're ready, hug the knees in, give yourself a little rock on your back. And then gently in your own time, just rolling up to seated. Feeling good, nice and relaxed, but sort of in some ways refreshed as well. That lovely balance of what yoga brings us. So, bringing your hands to heart center. Om Shanti. Namaste.